Hello flight simmers, welcome back everyone to the TJ Pilot channel and welcome to the next flight. In fact, it's gonna be two flights today. We are doing a nice operation in the Austrian A321. Now you can see this time we are not flying the Sharklets. After all the recent Sharklet action, I thought it's kind of cool to get into one of these old buses and do it with the wingtip fences. Wingtip fences, that's what they're called, yeah. And so today we are flying from Copenhagen down to Vienna and have about 1 hour turnaround and then continue on to Skopje. And yeah, this is a real-world rotation which this particular aircraft even is flying, the Lima Bravo Echo. So very much looking forward to it, and I think it's super realistic. Pretty much seems like a rotation which a normal crew would do as well on this day. So this means we have two flights. Still, I'm trying to keep the video in a time range of below 1 hour. So will be everything a little bit less detailed today, but therefore 2 departures, 2 landings, and I think that's going to be quite fun. So I have for now prepared everything for the departure here. We will push back in just a second, and also we are flying online, and we are lucky to have Denmark control online. You can hear it in the background, and so let's get to it. Alright, we are pushing back, and let's fire up. So starting number 2.
Doors are closed, so we'll start the engines in any moment. We'll be departing on time, and I wish you a pleasant flight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention for the international safety regulations. Please remove your earphones for this important announcement.
Okay, engine number 2 is running, firing up number 1 as well. Yeah, so regarding the flight, I think flight time today down to Vienna is around 1.5 hours. Yeah, 1 hour 22 minutes right here. Alternate's gonna be Salzburg, but I think weather should be fine down in Vienna and here. I mean, you can see around, looks pretty nice, just a couple of clouds around. Very nice weather. We are departing today on runway 22 right, which is somewhere down there, I guess. So not too much of a taxi. And I hope this pushback works out fine. Right, and we are fairly heavy for our takeoff today, so I think I have passengers filled up to max capacity even. So you can see speed is 169 for I think that's V2. It's gonna be here, 169. Yeah, that's V2. So fairly high speeds, and I think that's gonna be fun in the A321. Okay, and we have 2 good engine starts. Beautiful.
7589, you're ready for taxi.
So let's do the after start flows.
7589 at taxi will be point out for 1, runway 22 right, via taxiway.
Sorry about that.
Foxtrot Alpha, cross runway 30.
We need to wait for the nose ring steer, of course. Otherwise the hydraulic system is disabled and the trim would work. Now, there we are, so down 04. And then the weather radar, this goes to arm, this goes back to normal, flaps 1, transponder is TA, that's fine, this goes to max, flight control check, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full left and full right. Beautiful. Okay, and now I need to pull up the taxi chart. It's a fairly complex airport here, so I want to make sure to have it available when I get the clearance.
Taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 22 right, via Quebec, Foxtrot and Alpha, close runway 30. Taxi holding point Alpha 1 via Quebec, Foxtrot, Alpha, cross runway 30, Ryanair 2844.
Lufthansa 1 at microcliff, pushback.
Lufthansa 1 Echo Mike, startup is approved, stand by for push.
FlyTampa approved, stand by for push from 1 Echo Mike.
Austrian 3 Victor Alpha requesting taxi.
Austrian 3 Victor Alpha taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 22 right via Lima, Zulu and Alpha, cross runway 30.
Holding point Alpha 1, 22 right via Lima, Zulu and Alpha, cross runway 30, Austrian 3 Victor Alpha.
Candy 758 now.
Right, okay, so
right, 2 knots, 22 right,
taxi lights, turn off lights, and parking brake. By the way, I forgot to start the block. Oh no, it's running. I didn't forget. Nice. Okay, so we are on Lima, and then we go Zulu Alpha, cross runway 30. Okay, it's fairly straightforward. So we will take the second turn to the left. Ooh, bit of traffic running around here. Okay, so now we are taxiing down Lima, and yeah, quickly regarding the departure, or just seeing there's a louder A320, beautiful. So departure is fairly straightforward. It's an RNAV departure without any constraints, and yeah, we just climb straight ahead to 1500 and simply follow the published procedure onto CIMEC, which is going to be the last waypoint. So that's really fairly straightforward, the departure today.
Liner 2844, radio 5. Thank you very much. Liner 2844, continuing taxi.
Okay, we're getting closer. There's Alpha 1, so let's do the TO config test.
Austrian 3 Victor Alpha, winds calm, 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 22 right, Austrian 3 Victor Alpha. Alright, and we have our clearance, beautiful. So, before takeoff checklist, flight controls are checked, flight instruments are checked. Briefing is confirmed. Flaps, we have config 1, that's looking good. And focus on the steering. What else? FMA takeoff data is checked. This goes to TARA. I like that. And yeah, we have climbed nav blue 1 flight directed to 7000 and flex. So that's checked. Transponder set ECAM memo, no blue. And below the line, cabin is secured, I hope. Yeah, it's green, so that's good. And engine mode selector is normal. TCAS, STARA packs are on today. And now this goes on, strobes go on, takeoff. Cool. All set, so let's do it. Let's rock and roll out of Copenhagen. Starting the timer. Power to 50%. Pitching the nose down until 80 knots. Power established. Man, flex, SRS and runway. And that's some nice acceleration here. 100 knots. That's a long way to go because we need high speeds today, but we are getting there. V1, rotate. We're airborne. Gears coming up.
Right on Yankee, Alpha, cross runway 30.
Taxi to holding on the runway 22 right.
Cool.
Right turn on Yankee, Alpha, cross runway 30.
Very nice. Let's put the autopilot on. Climb power.
Scanning 7589, I'm 1 Unicorn 122, that's right, good day.
Alright, this goes off.
Austrian 3 Victor Alpha identified 13,800, climb flight level 190.
Climbing flight level 190, Austrian 3 Victor Alpha. Nice, 190, there it is, and flaps are coming up.
Austrian 3 Victor Alpha, when ready, direct CMAC.
When ready, direct CMAC, Austrian 3 Victor Alpha. Cool, and we even got a direct there. I think that's CMAC, yeah, that's the last one of the departure route. Nice, this is making it a bit shorter. Okay, let's put terrain over here. And those lights are now coming off. Those are coming off. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up. Flaps are retracted, packs are on. And transition altitude is 5,000, so barrel still stays on local one. Cool, very nice. So we are on our way on our first leg. And yeah, then I guess it's already time for the music and view mode. And I will meet you over in Vienna. Enjoy. Hello guys, welcome back. So we are on the wing view course down here on the left hand side, or on the right hand side actually. That's the airport, just covered up by the clouds a little bit. And yeah, we are flying just parallel to the airport now towards the south, and then we will do a 180-degree right hand turn and come in to land on runway 34. Now there's unfortunately no ATC online here at the moment, and there's some other traffic coming in, and he just texted that he's going into land runway 16, so I think he's going to be ahead of us. And I believe I will need to continue out for a little bit and make sure that he's safely on the ground before we can head for the final approach. Yeah, winds are not strong, that's why it's kind of debatable which runway to use. So currently we have winds of 310 at 10 knots. Okay, now that's changed. Now that's no, then we are definitely on the right one. Early on was just 5 knots from the east, but now it's changed. So the other guy has is gonna have to fight some tailwind there on the landing. And no, but that's good for us. So we are on the right runway, and yeah, pretty quick cruise. One thing to note out for the next flight, so off now, I think we've passed them already, but off to the left hand side, off to the east, there are some thunderstorm clouds, so now there's also one, which is not too critical for the arrival, but it's good to take already a note in our minds for the next flight, since when we are heading on to Skopje, we are exactly heading this direction, and there we can also see it coming up on the radar. So yeah, there are some thunderstorms, some small ones over there. So we need to keep this in mind for the departure off to Skopje. But for now, let's focus on the landing into Vienna, of course. Now I just need to check the VATSIM map to make sure the other guy has landed, but he's still on the final, so I think we will need to continue out for a bit longer, but now we can hold it nicely at 6,000. In the meantime, pop on the landing lights. I think seatbelts, oh yeah, still off. Right. Okay, we are approaching the end of our ANA transition, and I think it's gonna work out just fine. The other guy is very close to touchdown, so I think this will work out. We also need some time on the final approach. So let's go manage altitude 3000. Also, although we will stay at 6000 for now. And I've set flaps 1 to slow down a bit. We are at the flap 2 speed back. And yeah, now we will have a nice long final, I believe. Yeah, 24 miles. That's quite a bit. Okay, in the meantime, approach checklist briefing is confirmed. Yeah, it's a normal ILS. And go around altitude will be 5000, and we will be holding at Fisherman. It's a funny name, Fisherman. VOR, which is already dialed in here. And yeah, that's fairly straightforward. So ECAM status is checked, seatbelts are set, seatbelts are on. Barrel reference is set 1016, cross-checked. Decision altitude is 804. That's also set, and engine mode selector is normal as required. Approach checklist completed. Alright, so 8 miles out, just capturing the glide slope. Now we are established on the ILS. Beautiful, airport is down there. So there was plenty of spacing to the other guy apparently. We could have turned a bit earlier, but never mind. Rather be safe than sorry, of course. And yeah, we are looking good for now. Now there is some traffic behind me. We are 6 miles out now. There's no sense in now setting a speed. We are anyway getting close, so aircraft will need a few more seconds to slow down, and then we are having a nice fast approach. Right, so this comes on, this goes to taxi. Look, yeah, that's good. So he's keeping speed 160, which is very nice. Gives us a bit more room. Cool, so 5 miles, gears coming down. Waiting for the green lights. And flaps 3. And flaps 4. Landing checklist. Cabin is secured. Auto throttle speed. Go around altitude is 5000, which is set now. ECA memo landing no blue. Landing checklist completed. Right, let's do the real Austrian way and disconnect the throttle. Auto throttle, so we do it manually. And then I have to adjust my seat, sorry. Here we go, now it's my aircraft. Alright, so looking good. Yeah, I've selected auto brake low. I mean, we are fairly heavy, but a couple of high speeds ending, high speed exits towards the end of the runway. And yeah, that's the 10 knots of wind, so yeah, we definitely made the right choice here regarding the runway. A little bit high now, correcting.
100 above. 300.
Yeah, visual. I could actually turn the flight directors off as well, but never mind. I always forget it when I get visual.
100. 50, 40, 30,
Retard.
20, retard, 10,
Great.
5.
And touchdown. Ooh, smooth. Nice. And reverse. Okay, let's go a little bit further. 90 knots, manual braking, and forward. And now we can take the next one. Right, that was nice. So Sim2 Pro is giving me 266 feet, but that's not accurate. I'm quite sure it was a bit softer than that, but Sim2 Pro always reads it a bit high in the Airbus. Okay, let me quickly post a message here. Runway 34 vacated. So he knows that we are out of his way. Beautiful. Okay, so we are down. Flight time 133. FPS are not too great at the moment. Not sure why that's the case. Okay, flaps are coming up and landing lights, strobes. I will wait another second with the APU. A little bit of taxi ahead. Okay, now we turn right on. Gosh, I don't even know. Lima? No, it's not Lima. Delta? Yeah, I think it's Delta. Very good. And then we will set up our gate, which is Foxtrot 12. That's what the real world flight had as well.
Wind traffic Austrian 792, establish the LS runway 34.
Yeah, there's his call. Nice. Good. Okay, so meet you over at the gate. Look at this, guys, the Lufthansa A321 retro livery. Also an absolute beauty. Right, so here's our gate. We're gonna take the last left-hand turn in just a second. APU is running. Let's put APU lead on. Okay, and checking the time. Now it's 9:48 Zulu, which is 11:48 local. Our next flight to Skopje will continue 12:40 local. So this gives us roughly 50 minutes for the turnaround. And yeah, so we arrived, I think, a very few minutes late due to the long arrival route. And I think that's sort of the minimum time that you would need to turn around in A321. So ground crew is gonna have to work a bit fast now. But then hopefully we will be on our way to Skopje in time. Alright, guys, we are back, pushing back again. Unfortunately, we have not quite made it, so I think now we are like 10 or maybe 15 minutes late. It took a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, never mind. I think we can hurry up a bit during cruise and try to get there in time. But this like really nicely shows how busy the life of an airline pilot can be, or what I expected would be in reality, doing maybe 4 flights a day, 4 legs, always on a schedule, always with a bit of time pressure. So yeah, that's what it is, but let's make the best out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention for the international safety regulations?
Right, so quickly firing up engine number 2. And yeah, this guy was sitting on top of me on the gate. Not very nice. But now we are moving away anyway, so that's okay. Yeah, and now we are a lot lighter for the second flight now. Not quite fully booked, and you can see speeds are quite, well, not quite low, but they are lower than compared to the first one, of course. And runway of departure now will be runway 29, and we will use the Alpha 3 intersection onto the runway. I've also calculated with it, so these are the values for the correct entry, and I will show you where it is when we get there. It's the easiest. And yeah, I just hope... Is it too loud maybe? The yeah, let's turn it off maybe. And what was I about to say? No, I forgot. Yeah, the departure. That's what I wanted to say. So we are flying the Stein 3 Charlie departure, or Stein as you would say in German or Austrian. And yeah, it's all so fairly straightforward, no constraints as well. Initial climb is 5,000 and it's dialed in. We will climb runway heading to 1,000 feet only, and after 1,000 feet we will do a sharp left-hand turn onto the first waypoint. And yeah, I think that's going to be quite fun, an early turn. Okay, so we have 2 good engine starts. Switching to the overhead, this goes off, this goes off. Same flows all the time. Trim is now up 1.6. A little bit far. There it is. And then the weather radar, this goes to arm, flaps 1 again, TA is set, this goes to max. It should go to max, why is it not working? Come on, what's going on? And that's a bit weird. Let's try again in a second. In the meantime, flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, and rudder. Oh, rudder. Now it's working like this. Very nice. Okay, this goes off. Clock time is running. Taxi lights, turn off lights. And now we are even picking up some speed on idle, which is very cool. Yeah, retro livery is still there. And no, let's put a little bit of power in, otherwise it's gonna take forever for us to get there. Okay, now let's figure out what's wrong with this auto brake here. This one is working. Ah, okay. Maybe that's just a small bug. I don't know. Alright, so here we are. Yeah, now we are on Whiskey, and straight ahead is Alpha 3. That's why it's so convenient to take this intersection. And it's just costing us like 300 meters of the runway, so that's not too much. Alright, before takeoff checklist, flight controls are checked, flight instruments are checked. Briefing is confirmed, flap setting config 1, FMA and takeoff data 152, 157, climb nav 1, flight director 2, 5000, and flex 58. Transponder set, EK memo, takeoff no blue, no it's not. Now this takeoff no blue. And cabin, yeah, I think that was just the cabin call.
Go ahead.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
That sounds nice, okay. Yeah, engine is secured, engine mode selector as required, TCAS, TARA. Packs are on, and barrel reference is 1017, cross-checked. Yeah, there was some other traffic, but all they are behind us, so we are good. This goes to on, this goes to on. And then we can make a quick call on the frequency in just a second. Yeah. Vienna traffic, Austrian 7, Mike Hotel, departing runway 29. All right, so let's do it. Second leg of the day, starting the timer. Now it started, and let's do it. Power to around 50%. Keeping some pressure on the stick. Power established. Man flex, SRS and runway. Yeah, that's 80 knots already, releasing the forward pressure. That was quick now. Hopefully that saved us a few minutes. V1 and rotate. Airborne gears coming up. Okay, very quick look outside. And that's it, since that's 1000 feet already going into the left-hand turn. Yeah, this turn is really coming up very fast, which is super cool. Right, climb power. let's fly it manually a bit. That's a really nice departure route here. Weather is good as well, so why not? Flaps up. And turn off, taxi lights are coming off. Let's follow the flight director. And this goes to off. Okay, so we are on our way. And yeah, let's set the autopilot. Now I'm quickly gonna check if we are on time. Scheduled arrival is 2:10 p.m. so 2 o'clock and 10 minutes p.m. and I believe that would be 12:10 p.m. Zulu. Oh, that's 5,000. Keep it climbing. I think it's even 370 today, but optimum is 3.5, so let's go 3.5. That's better. We don't want to overstress the aircraft. And let's see when we get there. 12:06, so just on time. That's going to be 4 minutes ahead of arrival time. Perfect. So we really made up some time here on the departure. Very cool. Alrighty, guys, and once again, enjoy music and cruise, and I will meet you in about an hour from now. Enjoy. So here we are, very close to Skopje. In fact, airport is just down here. We are almost flying over it in just a second. And yeah, so let's jump right into the approach planning, since it is a really interesting approach here into Skopje. First of all, in terms of weather, I think we are lucky again. Some rain showers in the vicinity, but not at the airport, so very lucky. And I'm just seeing I am way too high. First of all, why am I so high? And second of all, why did I not notice earlier? Okay, I definitely need some full speed brakes right now. Yeah, quick look at the approach chart. We are landing ILS 34, and in fact we're gonna have a little bit of tailwind during the arrival. Alternatively, we could also do the circle to land, but I'm definitely not trying this today here at this airport, since yeah, the surrounding terrain is quite challenging. So we stick with the ILS with a tiny bit of tailwind component, but that's fine. Come on, I mean, the aircraft is not really liking this approach, and it's not exactly making it any easier. Let's see if this turns out okay. Yeah, so we are coming in over Skopje VOR, where we are right now, and we should have made a nice turn just outbound on the localizer, which the aircraft did not do properly here. And now I'm not sure if I should continue on the approach like this. Might get a bit tricky, but we have a chance to do it, so let's try. And yeah, back to the approach chart. Sorry. So we fly outbound on the localizer basically, which is now offset a bit to our right hand side. Then we do this loop to the left, and then a big right hand turn, coming back onto the final approach. And the reason is you can see this terrain on the approach chart to the south and southwest, and that's why we have to fly this procedure, which I think is really fun if we nail it. If we don't nail it, like today, then it might get just a bit tricky. Okay, now at least we are back to nav. But I'm afraid we are still way too high. We want to be 4,000 at this waypoint here, which we are not able to do at all. I mean, we can drop the gear. Dropping the gear is always a good way to slow down, so let's just do it today. But then we also need to lose speed for the next turn. Definitely. Yeah, this is getting a bit messy now. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, let's do something else. Let's continue on this heading for a while. Take our time to descend down to 4,000 and then we will swing around. That should be fine. So speed brakes up again. And no, let's go 5,000 fact, since minimum sector altitude right here is 4,800, so we are fine in terms of altitude. And now let's go flap 1. And then let's drop down nicely to a speed of 180 or something like this. And flaps 2. Yeah, now we are really losing the speed, since we of course have the gear extended. Okay, now let's bring it around to around 270, I guess. Yeah, that's weird. So what really put me off here, I don't think we can go back, but for the Skopje VOR, where we basically started our final approach, I had fixed dialed 6,000, so I really don't know why we came in so high. But then at the same time I should have noticed earlier, so it was a bit my fault, I guess. And yeah, now of course we are burning a lot of fuel. Let's bring this gear up again. Sorry about this, guys, that's really not a good way to fly it at all. Okay, now for the glide slope interception, we want to be 3,600. There we can see it. Let's keep turning a bit. Right, and if we now go direct to, should be this one. Yeah, that looks good. So insert. And then go manage. Yeah, we're slightly above now, but below the glide slope. That's good. I guess we will get there now. Cool. And also let's make sure this is activated. Let's take some time for the checklist now. So approach briefing. Yeah, we have done that. ECAM status is checked. Seatbelts are on. Barrel reference is set 1011. Cross checked. Decision altitude is set at 992 and engine mode selector is normal as required. Approach checklist completed. Yeah, and look at this terrain. I mean, that's an absolutely beautiful landscape, and that's why it's a little bit challenging to fly into this airport. Yeah, but now we are quite good on the profile, so it should work out right now. Flap 2 setting, yeah. Yeah, luckily real pilots can handle it a bit better than I do, so I at least have never experienced pilots dropping the gear and then pulling it up again, and I hope it's the same for you guys. Okay, signs on and on. Okay, let's arm approach mode. 11 miles out now, very nice. Ah, this is really looking stunning. Okay, and now we have a nice 9.5 mile final down to the runway. Glide slope, by the way, is a little bit steeper than usual. Here it's 3.3 degrees, so just a touch steeper. Go around altitude will be 6,000, and we will fly outbound on the 016 radial from Skopje, and Skopje is tuned in, so that's good. Right, that's the Glide airport down there. Very nice. Okay, so this is going to 6,000. ORBX medium. The runway is, yeah, it's almost 3 kilometers, so that's absolutely fine. No worries about that.
2,000.
Okay, 6 miles. Let's drop the gear once again. Slow down to final approach speed. Flaps 3 and flaps 4. Okay, landing checklist. Cabin is secured. Auto thrust is on speed, and go around altitude is set 6,000. ECAM memo landing, no blue. Landing checklist completed. Okay, once again we do it the manual way. And my aircraft. So let's hope the landing is going better than the approach. Okay, so we are right on the Glide. Parpies are 3 white, 1 red, but I think I will rather trust the Glide here since it is a bit steeper than usual, so probably Parpies are not set up for that. Let's make sure to not get too slow. A little bit high, correcting now.
500. 400. 300. 100 above.
Yeah. Continue. We are visual anyway.
Minimum.
Continue. That's okay. Now we are back on profile.
100. 50, 40, 30,
Retard, brake.
20, retard, 5.
And there we are. Full reverse. I think that was another good landing. Sim brief once again is a bit off, 535. That's not correct. Now you're braking, idle forward. Cool. Welcome down to Skopje, guys. I'm happy with the landing, definitely not so happy with the approach, but in the end we have made it down safely, and that's what counts. Okay, vacating to the right. Yeah, I think the landing was good. No floating at all, just straight down, a little bit firmly, not a cruiser, but on this kind of approach I'm not really looking for a cruiser anyway, so that's good. And yeah, happy with that. This is coming off. Oh yeah, rechecked anyway. And this is coming off. Taxi lights, APU. Okay, and now let's see. There are a couple of gates, even with jetways. Keep an eye out for the brake temperature since we were in medium braking. But it's looking good for now. I think we have been here at this airport before in the channel, right? I think we once took a Wizz Air, but that was out of Skopje. So this was the first time landing into Skopje. Okay, APU is firing up, and then we have the weather radar coming off. This goes to TA. Alright, and that's GSX waiting for us straight ahead. It's a really nice airport. I really like the size of it. So it has a couple of stands, even with jetways, but then again, small regional airport. Very cool. Alright, there we are, parking brake, and APU. The lead is coming on, cutting the engines. Haven't stopped the block time. The flight time 118 and block time 126. Now 12:16, so 6 minutes late. Only 6 minutes, and there's the hot brakes, which I had kind of expected. Right, seat belts and beacons, fuel pumps. Deboarding? Yeah, that worked. Cool. Right, and then when we set the wheel chocks, let's make sure they are set, wheel chocks and also GPU, then we can release the parking brake, and then brake temperatures should come down very quickly. Alright, so that's that from the flight deck. So here we are, guys, welcome to Skopje, and so we have concluded our 2-leg operation today. I'm quite happy it's only 2 legs. I think real world pilots would likely do 4 legs, so out to Copenhagen, back to Vienna, and then a return trip to Skopje. So no, I'm quite happy with the 2, that's a lot of work already. And sorry about the approach, I will definitely do this one again to see what went wrong there. But then again, we had a nice landing here, and everything looking good for now. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. Just as a heads up, I have some busy weeks coming ahead, so don't be confused when I don't upload any videos in the next couple of days or weeks. But after that I will be back onto it. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed this one. See you in a bit. Take care. Bye bye.